Welcome to Chicago, and I'm on my way to Union Station to pick up the California Zephyr, which is the longest daily train journey across America, 2,400 miles. It's got the best scenery as well. Rocky Mountains, Sierra Nevadas, Truckee River. So if it's got such good scenery, why have numbers dropped from 2019 to now? Obviously COVID has got a lot to do with that, but still not back at the 400,000 passengers a year. This is Union Station and it's absolutely amazing. Probably the nicest station I've ever been into, but that is comparing it against Manchester and Liverpool, so it's not got much to beat, has it? This station is nearly 100 years old and it cost $75 million to build, $1 billion in today's money. And there's our train, California Zephyr, right there. And because we've picked a bedroom, we get complimentary lounge access. So we're about an hour and a half early. Better to be early than late, but if you're expecting meals and stuff in this lounge, it's just snacks.
Amtrak, welcome to board train number 5, the California Zephyr.
That's us.
Hello, how you doing?
Hiya.
So you'll be going one more car, 32.
Cheers, thank you. Smells a bit funky around here. Hopefully it's just those. We've never even been on one Amtrak before, so this is all brand new to us, including not being able to find the lights. Here we go. Yes, so this is us for the next 2.5 days. Got a closet in there. Room controls, cool, normal, warmer, little light, and a plug socket. Somewhere for the trash. Got a little cabinet up there. Some goat milk, lotion. This is the drop down bed. We've already got a problem because the toilet roll holder is broken. Shower, shampoo, and a floor that has seen better days. Mirror all scratched up, little marks here and there showing signs of wear and tear. And we've got a door which, from what I've seen on other reviews, only locks from the inside. There we go. It was $2,000 for the trip over from Chicago to Emeryville, and that, believe it or not, was the cheapest ticket I could find for this trip in November. And there's a weird smell.
Hi you guys, my name is Deja Dunmars.
Okay. Deja.
Like deja vu.
Well, we remember that.
I'm gonna be taking care of you guys all the way to Emeryville, okay? Let me know and I take care of you, okay?
There is a problem, now you've mentioned that.
What's wrong?
The toilet roll holders fell off. Don't worry if it can't be fixed, it's not the end of the world. So I suppose the only downside to these cabins is you can't lock the door. A few valuables in these bags. We'll stick it up here. Not that that's like ultimately safe. It's not like a safe or anything like that, but that's a little bit out of view, you know, if somebody comes through. So that's our room right on the end. Hot water machine, some cups, some water. These are roomettes. Slightly smaller than ours. Dining car this way.
Some of it's slosh.
Well, might as well start as I mean to go on. Although, I believe this train gets a little bit more rocky, so I'm glad I brought some extra clothing because I think some of these bears are going to go down me.
Please remain on the platform next to the station is crowded.
No idea what she's saying. I think we're stopping now. So I don't actually need to get off, but I'm going to get off anyway. Although I think I've come the long way around. I think we've got about 10 minutes here. Got to be back on, 7 minutes. Took me 3 minutes to get off the train. Time to get back on. So I just asked the guy outside, if you saw somebody running from over the way, would you wait for them? And he said, we go at 4:42. And it's 4:42, so we're going now. Just come back to the cabin after spending most of the afternoon in the observation car, and it's a little bit rocky. I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
Yeah, are they going to be fun to see?
I don't know if it's just toilets or anything. It's just a really bad smell. Got a bit of bread to start with, a bit of cheese. I've just been talking to the two guys opposite, and they said they had the same smell coming from their room, But they got moved, but they might have to move back, so I'm not sure there's any point in asking. Now I know why there are air fresheners in this car. So maybe after 5 hours and 15 minutes on the California Zephyr, my question that I asked before, why have numbers dropped? Maybe that's reason number one, that the passenger numbers have gone down. But, oh, that might be the bottom sheet. 1.5 inch mattress. Might not be the comfiest. Might as well just let the professionals do it. Good morning from Colorado. It's 5:30 a.m. and just made it over the border. Well, state line anyway. We're on our way to Denver this morning. Should be there about 8 o'clock. Last night we made it through Nebraska and Iowa. But wow, what a bad night's sleep that was. That smell that I mentioned yesterday is still coming through the cabin probably every 20 minutes. Stinks really bad, like sewage. I even tried a little hack, putting a sock in the sinkhole down there on the floor of the toilet, but it didn't work. I've just spoke to Deja and she said at Denver they're going to have a look at it, so hopefully they can fix it. This bed, even with the mattress on, is really uncomfortable, so I think we're going to have to speak to Deja again, see if we can get 2 mattresses, build them up, see how we go with that. But there's loads of noise coming from the cabin. That door, just rattles everywhere, really noisy. And together with the driver constantly sounding his horn at the crossroads. Yeah, it's pretty noisy. But even with all that bad stuff, I'm still loving this trip. You pay quite extra to have the shower facility in your room. And to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. I might as well just use the communal one because it's got to be bigger than this. Right, we'll go and see what breakfast is like, because going off the dinner last night, which was really nice, breakfast should be equally as good. Let's put that down like that, just for a bit of added security. Obviously cannot lock the door, but we ain't stopping, so not as if anyone can nick our stuff, is it? I've left all my valuables in the room, and there's some money. There we go. That's my Vegas money. I don't want that getting off at Denver. Better packing all this stuff up, laptop and... So we've got French toast, sausages, bit of whatever that is, strawberries and some syrup. I like Mackey's sausages then.
This train will remain at the station for about 25 to 30 minutes in order to refuel.
So we're going to jump off, we've got 25 minutes. Let's have a look around. Don't go too far, as they said, because they ain't going to wait for us. 2 degrees as well. No colder than back home though. So we backed all the way into the station. Hopefully they're going to fix that sewage smell. I really hope they do, but they've got 20 minutes to do it. Just going to get back on, even though we've got loads of time. Better to be safe than sorry. There's one thing that's quite noticeable. Nothing's really that clean. Actually, it's completely the opposite. It's quite dirty. And I suppose it adds to the, I don't know, just the grittiness of the trip. Bit of dirt never hurt anyone, did it? And I think that's the one thing that's really amazed me the most, is just the dirtiness of everything. Just as if like there's no cleaner on here at all, at any point. At all. For 1 can of Stella, it's $7.50. And this Coke, Twix, M&M's, $8.50.
So we're just trying to work on those engines, making sure we got enough power to get ourselves up the side of the hill. That makes good sense. They're still working on that, folks, so we're
just leaving Denver already, an hour and a half late. And it would seem that Denver, they didn't fix the smelly problem. Still stinks. So as you can see, we've got the seat out now, and this tray table, which is, yeah, maybe just wide enough to get the laptop on. Yeah, just about. We have to give way to freight trains because the freight trains own the lines that the Amtrak goes on. So we're basically second best. So just coming out of Denver, we're going to be gaining about 1,100 feet of elevation.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about our observation car. We're going to walk the train passing out tickets for either 1:30 or 3 o'clock. We'll walk the train here in just about 5 to 10 minutes. If you're in your sleeping car accommodation or coach seat, I'll be happy to hand you one of those tickets.
Looks like we've gained quite a lot of altitude already. Air pressure's changing. Leaving Denver, definitely the right hand side of the train is the better viewing point. Just as I said that, Left hand side's better now. I suppose that's why you need to be in an observation car, which we have a reservation for, 1:30. We're just about to enter the Moffat Tunnel, which is 6.2 miles long. Going to take about 10 minutes to get through there, but the air quality is that bad, full of old coal, dust and everything like that. We've got to stay in the cabin and don't cross between the two because, yeah, it's pretty bad. Just to be on the safe side. And that's it, 10 minutes. Seemed quicker than that, to be honest.
Once again, folks, Winter Park at Fraser coming up in just a moment.
You got 5 minutes to get to the front and take a picture. Ooh, 0 degrees. I've got shorts on. I don't even know if I've got enough time to do this. Tell you what, it's nervous getting off these trains when you know you've got 5 minutes. I wouldn't be risking going over to any of these places. No chance. When they blow the whistle, how long do you have then? About 10 seconds to get back on. You're not going to leave me here, are you? I can still get on. Hang on to that. All the way to Emeryville. But if somebody is running from over there and the whistle goes, they're not going to get on, are they? That's the whistle. That's a horn, that's not a whistle. I still got back to the cabin and we're still not gone. So when that whistle goes, I reckon you've got at least a minute. I wouldn't risk it, would you? We're coming up on about 3:30. I feel like we've definitely got our money's worth out of the Rockies today. We've had varied scenery, to say the least. Started off pretty snowy and seems to have gone through every different colour. You know, a bit of white, a bit of green, a bit of brown, red, everything really. Back into a bit of snow now. Wow, this is spectacular landscape. These canyon walls must be hundreds of feet high. I don't quite believe it, but I've just noticed I've got 4G and it actually works out here. So that was Glenwood Canyon, and the next station in 15 minutes is Glenwood Springs, and we've got 5 minutes where we can get off. So we've probably got about 3.5 minutes now, so I'm going to keep an eye on that, because as soon as that horn goes, I'm running back. We're actually on the other side now. It was the other side, where was it? Forgot now. Place with all the snow. So this is Glenwood Springs. Probably the only time I'm ever going to be here, ever. Find out about the smells in Denver. Did they attempt to fix it?
Probably not. I still smell it when I go through.
Yeah, me too. One more night of smells. The conductor just said he's made notes of all the smells and the problems we've had in the cabin, and he's gone along and told everybody along this car, and we should get a refund off Amtrak for the accommodation, not for the rail fare. So the thing with these Amtrak trains is it's called communal dining, and you end up sitting with somebody. And the good thing is, before we were talking about these rattly doors like that, and they said bring gaffer tape them shut. So as it's doing that, no rattle. We've got a rattle over here. I'm not sure that gaffer tape would fix that. Well, that was slightly better night's sleep than the previous night. The mattress is still too thin. Not as much on the horn. The smell doesn't seem to be that bad. And that is Elko, Nevada. So it looks like last night we did Utah, Salt Lake City. Got all that out of the way. And now today we've got the Sierra Nevadas and Truckee River and whatever else we've got to see. Hopefully arriving in Emeryville in about 11 hours time. So this is the northeast area of Nevada. As you can see, absolutely nothing here at all. Although we've got 4G, 180 meg down and 20 meg up. That's quicker than we've got at home. Although there has been quite a lot of parts of this trip where we've had no internet whatsoever. But when you've got scenery like this, don't really need it, do you?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lee, your dining car steward. This will be our first call for breakfast in the dining car.
So we've stopped again, so I might as well take the the opportunity to get off. I don't know where we are. So it's called Winnie Mucker. Supposedly this train station isn't long enough to fit the train on, so we had to do 2 stops. Thank you. So that's us leaving Reno, probably about 3 hours late. I don't even think there was allowance off at all because there was loads of passengers getting on. So I think we're just trying to make up some time now. So we're only about 15 minutes out of Reno and pretty nice scenery. Rivers, trees, stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice. This looks cool. Look at all these old buildings. Looks like something out of the, not quite the Wild West, a bit further on, but that looks good. I just spoke to that guy down there and he said they're not letting off. This place looks cool and we can't even get off. Disastrous. Deja, how much running late are we?
We're about 2 hours and 26 minutes late.
Okay, could be worse. We could have a really bad smell in this cabin.
Yeah, I've been smelling it as long as you have. That's what I'm saying. I'm suffering just like you guys, okay? So that train took 2 minutes, over 2 minutes to get past us. That's how long it was. There's another smell now, and it's even worse than this. I've got used to that sewage smell. I can't even tell you what the smell is. I've never even smelled it before, but it's horrible. Oh, and I found out why we're 3 hours late before. It was nothing to do with other freight traffic why we had to wait. It's because whoever's in charge of which line we go on took the wrong line, so we went half an hour the wrong way, and then they had to back up all the way back and then go the right way. So yeah, that's why we were late. So we're just coming into Colfax, the station, and this has got to be the most unluckiest driver today. You're going to be here for a while, mate.
This is your Colfax, last call, come on down.
By the time I would have got all the way down there to get off, because they've opened one door, and we're going 5 o'clock. Last stop before Emeryville. Hello. So at least I can say I forgot off at Sacramento, but worst case scenario, if I got stranded here, it's 80 miles to Emeryville, so I've got all my money for Vegas, so at least I could get a taxi. So we're about 20 minutes from Emeryville. I feel like I've got some pretty genuine feedback. Absolutely top of the list was that smell. It was only this car that had it. Everywhere else on this train were fine. These rattles are annoying. It looks dirty, feels dirty. I think it is dirty. And just overall just really tatty. And I've not mentioned this up until now, but the aircon in the room is just, it's just non-existent. It's just so warm through the night. And now for all the good stuff. Deja was amazing, really good, looked after us, made sure we were all good, as were all the other staff in the diner as well. Everyone was absolutely amazing. There you go.
I'm right here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
99% of the food was absolutely amazing. Steak, chicken, chili, sausage, breakfast stuff. Everything was amazing apart from the French toast. It was a little bit hard. But obviously the scenery is the best part about this trip. The Rockies, the Sierra Nevada, the Truckee River, loads of other places as well. But even though there's absolutely loads of negatives, and they probably outweigh the positives, I'm still glad I took this trip because I would never ever get to see all this scenery in 2.5 days, 54 hours in the end. And it's a bucket list that's been ticked. And I don't know if pre-COVID passenger rates will come back, but maybe they've just got to do something about this, just the tattiness and cleanliness of the cabins, and maybe we'll get back to more than 400,000 passengers a year, even 500,000 passengers, who knows, time will tell. I enjoyed that trip.